Ah, there you are. The system's favorite accident. Sit down. Relax. Don't worry, I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to remind you who you became. Let me ask you something first. Be honest. When was the last time someone truly understood you? Not heard you, not nodded, actually understood you. Yeah, I thought so. There was a time, wasn't there, when people could read you like an open book. Your tone gave you away. Your eyes leaked your thoughts. Your emotions were footnotes, highlighted, bookmarked, and exploited. They knew when to push. They knew when to pull. They knew which buttons to press because you handed them the manual. And they loved that version of you, not because it was beautiful, but because it was useful. But that version of you, it didn't evolve. It died. It died the day you realized a painful truth most people never accept. Not everyone who asks for access deserves entry. That was the day the doors closed. No announcement, no dramatic exit, just silence. And now they're uncomfortable because you're unreadable. You see, silence hits different when people are used to having answers. Your quiet doesn't feel peaceful to them. It feels threatening. They start asking questions you never answer. Are you planning something? Are you healing? Are you winning? Are you happier without them? And the fact that they don't know, oh, that drives them insane. Let's pause here. Why do you think people hate not knowing? Because information is control. And when you stopped explaining yourself, you took control back. Once upon a time, you gave people the blueprint to your soul, your fears, your dreams, your wounds, your next move. You thought transparency was maturity. You thought honesty meant safety. But here's the lesson no one teaches you in school. Privacy isn't a wall. It's a weapon. Every detail you stopped sharing became a pressure point they can't reach. Every emotion you kept to yourself became a mystery they can't decode. And now they're obsessed. They stalk your silence like it's a crime scene. They analyze your absence. They overthink your calm. They dissect your behavior like detectives chasing ghosts. But they still find nothing. Why? Because you learned a dangerous art, being visible without being available. You don't post much. You don't explain much. You don't react much. But everything you do now carries weight. Have you noticed how people started paying attention the moment you stopped trying to be understood? Exactly. When you were emotional, they dismissed you. When you were expressive, they underestimated you. When you were open, they took advantage. But now you're unpredictable, not chaotic, controlled. You don't announce your plans, you execute them. You don't share your moves, you reveal outcomes. You don't explain yourself, you let results do the talking. And here's the beautiful part. They can't tell if you're plotting greatness, revenge, or peace. That uncertainty, that's delicious. They crave the old version of you, the one who vented, the one who explained, the one who overshared and overgave. But that person doesn't exist anymore. You move differently now, like a ghost, here then gone, present then silent. Your aura carries secrets they're dying to decode, and you let their curiosity starve. Because silence does something terrifying to people. It forces them to imagine, and imagination is always crueler than truth. They imagine you thriving without them, stronger without their chaos, happier without their presence. And that thought keeps them awake at night. They don't know who you trust now, who you confide in, who you love, what you're building. And here's the punishment they never saw coming. The version of you they rejected is the version they'll never meet again. Your evolution is a locked door. You didn't become arrogant. You became selective. And listen carefully. This part matters. Not everyone deserves the same version of you. Some people get your kindness. Some get your indifference. Some get nothing. That unpredictability, that's not cruelty. That's armor. People whisper about you now, speculate, invent stories, because you stopped giving them one to follow. You became a myth in their mind, someone they thought they knew, until they realized they never did. And the less you say, the more they obsess. Why? Because mystery creates power. The less they know, the more they want. The more they want, the less they admit. They scroll, they watch, they wait for cracks. But all they find is confidence wrapped in silence, growth wrapped in privacy, power wrapped in mystery. Let me ask you something important. Have you noticed how people only wanted to know you so they could predict you? Exactly. That's why you became unpredictable. Your silence doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you learned when not to show it. Silence is scarier than anger. Anger still feels like access. Silence leaves them guessing. Silence lets them drown in their assumptions. You show up calm, polished, unbothered, and that alone shakes their foundation. They wonder, did you heal without us? Did you grow without us? Did you rise beyond us? And because they can't read you, they assume the worst. Your presence now has layers, cold to some, warm to others, charming here, distant there. Not everyone earns the same depth. Your heart is no longer a public place. It's a locked room, and you decide who enters. And spoiler alert, it's not them. Even when you speak now, you reveal nothing real. You talk in layers, half-truths, surface-level beauty. You mastered being present without being open, and they hate that. They try to provoke you sometimes, just to see if the old you still exists. But you don't react. You don't break character. You stay composed. And every time you don't react, they lose control. Your calm destroys them more than rage ever could, because now your silence has become a mirror. Every time they analyze you, they see their own insecurities staring back. They're not just wondering what you're hiding anymore. They're wondering what you're capable of. They replay conversations, moments, trying to figure out where they lost access. But here's the truth. You rewrote the blueprint the moment you walked away. They're searching for an old route to someone who no longer exists. That's why understanding you feels impossible. You're not mysterious to impress the world. You became mysterious to protect your peace. And that terrifies them. Because people fear what they can't define. And you've become undefinable. Not the angel, not the victim, not the soft one. Something else entirely. Something wiser. Something dangerous. So let me leave you with this. Stop explaining. Stop oversharing. Stop handing out weapons disguised as honesty. Your silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Protect your peace. Protect your power. And remember, they don't miss you. They miss the version of you they could control. That version is gone. And the one standing here now, oh, that one rises quietly. And that's what scares them the most.